In the previous episode, our brave adventurers managed to sneak the abominable snowman through the streets of Kathmandu and into a air-conditioned airplane waiting at the airport. But during the chase, they were investigated by certain intelligence agencies, one belonging to the enemy and one belonging to another enemy. But in the end, the plane lifted off, only for Doug to receive a phone call. Phone call instructing him to divert the course of the plane to Langley Air Base in Washington, D.C. Oh, is it Virginia? Anyway, in that region.
Virginia.
Yeah. Near Washington, D.C. Good enough?
Virginia.
Yeah.
Langley Private Airport.
And this information was not shared publicly. Doug took his time to get away from the rest of the crew, the rest of the party, and especially away from the abominable snowman. You wouldn't have understood anyway. But alas, here we are. The crew is in the pilot section in the upper wing, while the cargo bay is all Doug's for now. You are all huddled with the abominable snowman. The very tight compartments where he feels a bit claustrophobic, but he's taking it in stride. But let us focus downstairs, with Doug holding his satellite phone in hand, thoughtful expression on his face. What is he going to do? The request was clear. You are to bring the plane and its contents to Langley Air Base.
Like, in my mind, I'm thinking, like, let's play this out. I gotta totally do what they say. Like, that's for sure gonna have to happen. What are they gonna want? Gonna want the Yeti? No. Gonna have to tell the crew? I gotta tell everybody. Shit, they're not gonna like this. Doug, like, you're changing, dude. So, like, what you were gonna do the opposite. All right, I got this. In a monologue.
Can we get a roll to see if he has been doing it as an inner monologue, or has he just been blasting out his thoughts to everyone?
No, I get to choose
joking.
that. I get to choose that, but abruptly, like, all right, guys, listen up. Dude, I got something to tell y'all. There has been a slight change of plan. We're not going to Montana.
We never were going to Montana.
Isn't that what we're to drop off?
Colorado.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're not going to Colorado. We're like, we gotta make a quick pit stop at Virginia.
Virginia is much further away than Colorado.
Not from where we're going.
Yeah, we're coming from China.
You're right. You're right.
We wouldn't have enough fuel to get to Virginia anyway.
That's true, but like we have to go to Virginia first, and
we'll crash before we get there. We'll run out of fuel.
I think the pilot will be the one who determines where we go first. You know, how he doesn't want to die flying us.
We're gonna be redirected, is what I'm trying to tell you all. So why don't you just listen up instead of trying to be combative, all right? Some serious shit's going down, and I gotta take care of something for the organization. I just got off a phone call from them, and apparently this whole thing with the Yeti and where were we just at the
Kathmandu.
Nepal.
yeah, I'm sorry, say again.
Nepal, Kathmandu.
Nepal with the Russians, like, it's a situation, and we have to make a stop off at Virginia before we get to Colorado.
Does this, by chance, Virginia, have something to do with a three-letter alphabet agency?
Yes.
Did you discuss this change of plans with the Yeti?
No. This is like just come up, so
Right. Let me put it this way. These are your old bosses. Do they still pay your paycheck?
I mean, I can't really talk about that right now, what our relationship currently is or is not.
What is your contract with the Stargate Corporation?
We're on a 1099 with Stargate, like they pay us for missions, whether we succeed or fail. So like technically we're an independent company, which is why we have an alpha team company. Now we're the best of the best of the best so far, which is why we're the alphas. You know, and this we get paid as alphas. But let's not be clear, we're on a contract basis.
There is no contract with the CIA though.
Right. But like the CIA doesn't need a contract. I mean, not that we're saying that that's what that is.
Have they got on you?
Listen, we can discuss it a little bit further, but for right now, I have to take care of. We have to do this thing. This is a no. How can I put this?
Let me put it this way. We told him back there we're going to help him get home.
And we're still doing that. We're still totally doing that.
The CIA are going to let him go home.
We're going to. It might not even involve him. All right. So, like, priority number one for us is we're gonna get him home. I'm gonna make that promise now. Like, totally, we're gonna do what's right here and get him home because it helps all of us at Earth. Right, but like they're asking, we have to take care of something.
Let me
first.
make it clear, Doug. If you go back on your word to him, my contract with you, kaput.
Boys, got one thing to say. If we are redirecting the other direction to go towards Virginia, we can always just give you a parachute and continue our way. Because they only want you, correct?
No, they want the plane to land. Listen, we I don't know exactly what's gonna go on, but we need to be on I'm gonna have a words with them. We're gonna see what needs to happen, but we're gonna keep Yeti low key, and we're gonna keep the promise to him. If there becomes a worst case scenario where we have to like leave under duress, I can remotely or figure out a way to communicate that to you via walkie-talkie or some sort of communication.
Just while Doug's trying to have this conversation to calm us down, I'm just going to walk off there, muttering. I am right. So he's been Doug's been having this conversation with us. Where is the Yeti in relation to us?
Oh, he's I assume that now that the plane has leveled up in flight, he has crawled into the more open space of downstairs.
So I'm going to actually go down and actually just say, right.
All of your spacecraft is rickety. This feels shaky.
It's not it's just for planetary flight. That's
It's a
it.
hovercraft, eh?
A bit more than a hovercraft. We're flying, getting lifted up by air as we go forward.
Just like a hovercraft, then.
Where I got from when you say hovercraft, that's a totally different thing for us. That we call this an airplane.
I suppose it's fitting. So, at least this one isn't too warm. Yeah, you can literally feel the chill. This is like in plus 5 degrees centigrade, which is like just above freezing to you Americans.
Okay, right. Just out of curiosity, if you need to hide, how good can you hide?
As long as there's snow, very well.
Yeah, the place. Someone is pulling shenanigans, and I'm not sure if they want to be talking to you.
Oh, by the way, somebody roll me 1d12. I haven't established which month it is.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll be I'll be the safety.
Actually, you want me to roll it? You want a 1, don't you?
No, I don't want you. I don't want you.
We want 1 or 2, basically.
If you roll it, we're gonna end up being in the middle of July. Sorry, that's how much I love you.
Oh, thanks.
Hey, at least I'm being honest.
Mm-hmm.
It is January! Congratulations! It's 1996. Oh, 1997? Yeah, let's go with 97.
If we look at and what was the weather like then? It was actually a summer heat wave for some reason.
Actually, somebody check that
I'm
out.
looking it up.
Now, meanwhile, continue.
It's, you know how there was a few people kind of chasing after us?
No.
Yes?
Do you want me to roll a 1d4 really quick?
Why?
Just asking.
Why?
Because in 96, that was the blizzard of 96.
Oh, this is 97.
97? Okay.
I did say it's 97.
Okay, just making sure. I was gonna say,
Snowstorm of 97. Oh, sorry, the Blitz Heat of 97.
Yeah, turns out one of their competitors has decided they're wanting to pull on some obligations on Doug. They're demanding that we go towards them instead of where we were originally going.
What? You promised me you would help me to get to my world.
That's my plan. So this is what I'm just wanting to ask. The idea is I don't know what these guys know. I don't know what their plan is. But I'm going to make it clear that if their plan isn't in helping you get back to your planet, it is going to be over my body.
You are small and squishy. It will be very easy.
Yeah, but I'm the only human with one of these belts, and none of them have anything like it. Gives me a wee bit of advantage.
Give me a persuasion roll. With an advantage.
Did you say infatuation roll? That's what I heard.
I did say persuasion, no?
Oh, I heard infatuation.
Yeah, you hear what you want to hear.
Okay.
So, should I write you a romantic subplot somewhere? With the
So
snowman?
not an advantage, so I'm guessing I'm going to be getting a
Boon.
to
Yeah.
Boon
this.
it.
So while he's doing that really quick, the weather in January of 97 was going anywhere from 70 degrees down to maybe 40 degrees Fahrenheit.
So
So-
melting.
Yeah, it was like a summer day. It was like a summer month.
Ooh, so looking bad for your Yeti.
Mhm.
Now we wish it was 96 all over again.
Mhm.
I thought it would.
Yeah, because she rolled 1 and we established previous episodes had been in 96. So either you have had a lot of adventures in 96 or you just rolled over from 96 to 97.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. We're fine. I'm
Yeah.
good with this. The best roll would have been a 12 or an 11. Ooh, good persuade roll, speaking of 11s.
Yep. So,
I'm not in this combo. Thank you for having this combo for me, by the way.
right.
Yeah, it's like
Well, since you possess one of those, I guess I can believe you for now. Besides, not like I have much options. Now that your kind knows of my existence in this extent.
I'm hoping. Let's just say the people that are pulling the strings, I have done work with them before. Their fingers crossed.
What's
If we
the tell?
can, it's an expression for our people. Unlike the people who were chasing us, there is a chance there is someone that we can. There's hopefully someone that's going to be on the ground that we can reason with. I'd say that's about 50-50, equal chance. Whereas those other guys, it's very rare for you to find.
Oh, he froze. Middle of sentence. How typical.
Welcome to his internet.
He did freeze.
He did.
I was like, hold on, where's the rest of the sentence? Oh.
Speaking of 10-year-old computers.
I'm not sure if it's a computer or the internet.
Oh my god. Jeez, we haven't even gotten yet to the actual choice. We've gotten side fucking tracked again. We need to, on this opportunity. Let's use this as an opportunity to move forward with the
So
story.
while Well, he's talking with the snowman. And the rest of ya.
John stole my idea, so. Oh,
Like, I haven't heard from your input, Dan. I know this is a shit situation, and I don't have a lot of answers that I can give.
My first thought was, fuck the CIA. What have they done for us?
We don't fuck the CIA ever, trust me. They fuck you. So we're trying not to get fucked, is what's happening.
My second thought was, still fuck the CIA. We gotta get this guy home.
And we're totally gonna get this guy home.
And
we don't know.
we're still gonna have to land in Colorado to refuel, even if we want to go to Virginia.
No, actually, we don't have to go that way to refuel. We don't know which way the pilot is currently being turned to.
What are you talking about? We're coming from Asia to North America. We just flew up. We're flying over the Pacific.
We don't
That's
know
the only
if we're
way to
flying over
go.
Pacific.
Hawaii.
Yes, we do. That's the only way to go.
No, it's not the only way to go.
Well, unless you're going to refuel in Europe.
Hey, guys. This isn't a conversation for us to be having. Jaelle's right. I mean, like, I'm totally gonna tell that. I'm sure, like, there's a pre-routed flight plan, and I've been told to. Wooster, you want to weigh in on this? Did they give me a pre-routed flight plan? Do I need to talk to the pilots and be like, hey, just follow flight plan Alpha Bravo Charlie Delta Echo Foxtrot 12?
Help the poor guy that you've put in deep shit.
Let me just check something real quick.
Yeah. Welcome back, man.
Yep. If you want to go to Colorado, it's faster to fly through China. But if you want to go to Virginia, it's faster to fly over Europe. The longer you discuss...
But we were already flying. So therefore, we're going over the Pacific.
No.
No,
Yes.
you're still over the Himalayas.
So
Those fuckers are big.
Okay, there we go. Done and done. So now, can you refresh my memory from the conversation, because this was 2 weeks ago?
Yep.
Is there anything that you can hint at as what they want, what the demands are, whether they know about the yet, whatever? Please refresh. What can you give me?
Give me a roll of deceit with intellect or education or social.
Deceit?
Yes.
All right.
Because this, actually, yeah, go, whatever. You didn't, oh, John is back. Hello, John.
Yeah.
Took me a while to realize that. Yeah.
We'll get back to John in just 1 second.
You're just imagining my voice. That's all. You just had an aneurysm.
I just took it for granted, you know.
Deception with. Do you want social or intellect? I forget.
Any of the three stats on the bottom row.
I don't know what that means.
The
So
social
I'm going to
stats.
choose. Social is good.
Intellect, social, or education.
Perfect. There we go.
Right. You determined that the discussion you had, it was box standard CIA, like, don't give out any extra information, it's on the need to know basis, yada yada yada. But the fact that they emphasize that the contents of the plane must be there, they know they probably suspect there's something going on with the plane itself. You did order a helicopter to transport cargo, and you had ordered a plane to fly in empty, a cargo plane to fly in empty to Kathmandu from the US, and not chartered a local plane to take stuff out. So it's either A, something big because you needed a 747, or it was a lot of stuff. But since they picked it up, that you ordered a helicopter to pick it up, It has to be sizable, but not too heavy. You know, something that requires space.
Yeah, that's a good question.
This is great information. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Are you relaying this information to us?
Right now, Mac is talking. Back to Mac.
He needs some time. He's pontificating. Okay, Mac, you were in the middle of a speech about something. I already forgot about it because abruptly ended.
It's most likely, I don't think they know about you. It's most likely they heard about what happened back where we left with the other agencies, and they know we're involved with it somehow. And they're just wanting to one up the other guys.
Huh.
So if we can somehow just confuse them on what's going on,
You humans are on thin ice. I will trust you for now. But I see any sort of deception.
hey, look, let me put it this way. There's, I don't know, about 6 billion of my people. I can't account for all of them.
It's not the 6 billion I made the agreement with.
No, and I can
It was
appreciate
5.
that. And my intention is I'm going to keep that promise. And this is what I'm telling you.
As I said, I trust you for now.
Because the way I look at it, if I didn't say anything and I then told you just as we're landing what's going on, you're not going to have my trust if I ask you to do something that might go counter to what you might want to react.
I appreciate the straightforwardness.
So I don't know what I'm going to be getting myself into, but I've made it clear there's no way anything's happened to you without it happening to me first. So if you're going home, it's because I'm going home.
Is this... Never mind. I understand. Now, if you could leave me alone for a bit, I need time to think.
No, of course.
And prepare for the worst case scenario.
Yes.
So, back to upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Back to upstairs.
So I assume you are talking with the pilot to determine the route at the moment. So, the pilot says, yeah, we might just have enough fuel for Virginia if we turn around now. What do you ask? There's the option of flying through north, through Russia and Canada, which would take us closer to Colorado, and but that route is obviously through Russia.
Yeah, like we're totally not going to go through Russia right now. That would be a totally bad idea.
I wouldn't want any Soviet missiles looking onto me.
Stand by. How long? How many minutes before we have to make a final decision on fuel?
Right. If we want to make it on fuel, without landing for fuel, you have 15 minutes.
All right. Is there a possible route that would take us from, like, because of rerouting, we have to land at Colorado for refueling before we get to Virginia?
Well, by continuing the current course, we will have to make a fuel stop at the latest in Colorado. That was what we had prepared for.
Roger that. Stand by. Give me 15 minutes, all right? Appreciate you. You're going to get a little bit
appreciate
of
a lot less.
I'll be back. All right. Jaelle, Dan, Mac. Here's where we stand. We got like 15 minutes before we have to make a final decision of what's going on. From what I can tell you is I don't think the organization knows about our passenger. Like, I think we could be creative about the story, and I think we could be creative about even possibly dropping them off ahead of time. So I know this is like sudden and bringing on you at last minute, but like when the CIA says, I need you to land, they need you to land. You have no clue what resources they have. I mean, Mac does a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I was one of those resources.
Got a question for you boys.
Yeah.
How sure are we it's your old bosses and not another government agency like the FBI?
Like, if we could have, I guess we don't have to worry about bugs or stuff. Look, I mean, it was a CIA channel. They had all the right protocols. They contacted me on sat phone. It's not the FBI. That's not how they operate.
If that was the FBI, let's just say there's probably going to be no CIA.
What I'm getting at is we're not probably the only entity looking at this stuff. Remember, right now, we run with the Stargate. There are other companies inside the government that does other things, like AKA, there's Area 51. That's above our pay grade.
Get to the point where like only have 15 minutes to
what
decide.
I'm getting at is this might be a diversion to get the person we need home. It might not be your bosses.
I don't even think that they know that this is what they have. I think they just have like a weird suspicion because of like the reports in the area and us ordering extra weird airplanes. I think they got a blip on the radar and they just want to investigate. That's it. I don't think they know what the cargo or about the Yeti at all. And I don't think this is a setup. And if it is, we'll deal with that later. Dan?
So, what you are saying is, if we can slow you down to take at least 15 minutes to have this conversation, we're going to Colorado. And that's where I want to go. And I want to get the Yeti there because we promised we'd get him home.
We all want to get the Yeti. We all want to get to the Yeti. Wooster.
Me?
No, the other guy.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna pause. This is a Wooster thing. All right. I've got an idea. I think I've got a story that I could spin. I think we lost the cargo. We had something big. We lost the cargo. We got shot down over. Our helicopter got shot down about 5 miles. What was it? 5 miles away from the airport in the jungle area outside of town.
You do realize that they have an agent on scene who would know about these things. If something was shot down so close to the capital city, Kathmandu.
Well, we did land early.
You did
Yeah.
land early, yes.
We couldn't make it. Cargo confiscated. We were chased by what appears to be Russian assets. They boarded us.
Yeah, that one doesn't pass muster. Get
Or
them-
ketchup.
You basically just said the Soviets let us go.
5 minutes
Well,
ago.
we had already lost the cargo. We couldn't make it. Like the helicopter couldn't make it. We had to land ahead of time, and we couldn't go onward. And with the chase, all we wanted to do was just escape, and we left whatever cargo we had behind.
Just say it was.
The cargo is
Just
something
say
that
it's
Stargate
something.
wanted.
Just say it was just something. Some stupid tablets that the Russians seemed interested in. We tried to nab it, and it was just too much heat for us.
I'm into that. What kind of tablet? Some ancient language? I don't know.
Yeah,
Stargate wanted it. They beat us to it. They had the weapons. We didn't. Done. I think we're gonna have to land first at Colorado to refuel, and maybe one of you will take our Yeti, and the rest of us can continue on. Oh, wait a second. Hold on one second.
Or get Hammond to
Right.
pick up the Yeti direct.
I just feel like this is a trap of some sort, and I don't know why.
Would you like to roll me education with a skill of your choice regarding this?
Yes.
I'm asking Jaelle.
Yes. And I'm
Mm.
answering for Jaelle.
Yeah, I see this. Does everyone see this? That somebody is trying to force me to roll?
yeah. It's like, mate, you do realize the patriarchy is meant to be dead. She does have a voice, man. Let her speak.
This is my nervousness going through. Just chill.
Okay.
I'm winding you up. You know that.
If I had an issue with it, I would have bit him when I saw him.
You did bite him.
No, I didn't bite him. I bit somebody else.
You didn't bite me.
I didn't bite
Anyway.
Carlos.
Right. You did bite him, just not him. Okay.
Yeah. And that him is going quiet.
What?
Okay.
So I get to roll in a thing that I want to choose that.
Yep. Depending on the skill and appropriate, how appropriate it is to the situation, the difficulty will go up or down.
I want to roll streetwise. And the reason I'm doing that is because this is more of taking like the back politics and that into consideration and reading between the lines. That's how I see this. There's more to the story that meets the eye. That's why I'm going to roll the streetwise for it.
It's sort of
But
stretching the streetwise purview, but I'll allow it.
I don't see history, so I can't roll
That
it.
would be science history. That would be under science. Yeah.
Would it be science? But that would
History?
be more. That wouldn't be like history, like actual history.
That would be science history, yes.
You know, as a guy who went to university on a
perhaps-
science
Hold on.
degree, I
Roll
would
your
say
street-
that.
Perhaps
Wise.
profession smuggler, if you have one.
Roll your. I'm being that guy again. Stop it, Carlos.
Or perhaps... No.
If it's history, surely it should be humanities history.
Couldn't I just roll education itself? But then
Sure,
it
you can
doesn't
roll
work.
empty education if you like.
That's why I said there's nothing I really can roll for this, because what I'm thinking of is not even actually a skill in the system.
Go for it. Oh, no.
Are you?
I
Yeah.
think she's just having a moment to think.
She's having a thunk.
Yeah, because
Do you have Streetwise that Wooster said?
I do have Streetwise, but he says it's pulling it. But again, nothing else fits. And if I
Well,
do it with
well,
education,
use
it would
it.
work.
Tick tock, tick tock. 3 minutes to go.
Deception, because you think it's a trap.
No, that's not
approve
what
of
I'm
that.
thinking. It.
Right. So, what's your
That's what he
thought? Like, how is Jaelle thinking about this?
I'm really. She's thinking it like how her gypsy heritage. So we're getting swindled in some form or fashion, but it's not deception in any form or way. They are using.
No, it's definitely deception.
They're using Doug, but it's not who Doug thinks it is.
Could it be more like a social role?
He said deception.
I can do deception social, but I don't think it's really deception fully.
Can Wooster? Can she use the Streetwise?
She can.
I also have Jack of the Trades that I can add to it.
Only if you're untrained. Jack of all trades removes penalties from being untrained. Doesn't give you.
I'm not trained in deception.
Yeah.
How about Streetwise then? Is that
I am
better for you?
trained in Streetwise.
And roll the Streetwise. He's said it like 3 times that you could roll Streetwise. You want to roll Streetwise? Roll Streetwise. Carlos says roll Streetwise.
That's what I.
Just a higher.
I think
difficulty,
she's
that's
just
all.
feeling bad that she feels like Wooster's just throwing her a bone there.
And I'm like, take the bone, chew it.
It's not a bad, and it was a bad rule.
And it was bad anyways. Amazing
Yeah.
balls. After all this, amazing balls. I love everything.
Can I state that it's because she is in very big turmoil? She can't figure out what the fuck's going on.
Well, she might actually do that. The point is that the time before she figures it out, the time limit is upon you. So, it's 2 minutes. You're gonna have to tell the pilots one thing or another, Doug. Keep it Colorado or turn to Virginia.
All right.
By the way, roll me education before you do that decision.
Me?
Yes.
Everybody else rolling education. This seems unfair.
I'm using their weak points. Okay.
No, I just rarely never roll. There's an issue.
Yeah.
I have a very, very low education.
However, since this is literally part of your profession, this was an easy check. You do realize that if you do make a landing anywhere, it's going to be suspicious. And they also probably have your public flight plans, so they know where you're supposed to be going.
Like we're being monitored via radar. I mean, we're being monitored via satellite from this point.
Probably. If you're important enough, they're going to be monitoring you with satellite, but at the latest, when you enter any US radar network, you will be tagged and followed. Sort of.
Hug the ground with a 747.
No, like
Buzz the cities.
I've heard all your inputs. I've heard everything you're saying. This could be a trap. Don't do it. What's the CSA got on us? I'm gonna put this real easily.
Can I use my stun glove to stun
This
him
has
for
become
20 minutes?
this is becoming a binary choice. We either risk the wrath of the CIA by not landing, and maybe we get away with the Yeti, or by and dropping them off at Colorado while we refuel, or we do as they say and we go from there. It's either
Will never work for Stargate again if we don't bring the Yeti there. They know what we're carrying, even if the CIA doesn't.
That's if it's CIA.
Well,
1 minute.
whatever.
all right. And really, like, I think this is really a choice of If we go to CIA, Mac, you're gone.
Yeah. If they ask for that Yeti,
30 seconds.
I'm going to be fighting.
Fuck it. Fuck the CIA. I'll take whatever blame has to happen. Mac, I'm gonna honor that, but you got to go with me, and we got to get our story straight.
Yeah.
Dan.
By the way, the advantage of this is you can tell them we would have had to fly over Russia to get to there.
Yeah, I got this. I got this. Don't worry about it. I got this. I'll be back in a second, and I just run off. Pilots, we're going to Colorado. We're gonna refuel there and continue our way to Langley. Is that a possibility?
We'll have to check with the corporate, but yeah. Once we land, that's your problem. That's the end of our shift.
Who's got pilot skill?
I do, but that's all right.
Yeah.
That's been tested.
No, at least it's not drive skill, because arriving with the plane on its side is not a good thing.
How much extra money is it for you to continue on to Langley as you guys as the pilots? Because
when in doubt,
and only
Hold on, Grand Theft Aero.
You're going to want to be questioned. You might want to be. First off, before I say about questioned or not questioned, the pilots don't know about the Yeti at all, right?
They've seen him.
Mm-hmm.
You
But he'll just
can't
get it-
really get the Yeti in the plane without the pilots knowing about it.
yes, and
It's like
the crew recorders now.
Yeah,
Also,
we got
they give screw
1.5 tons of extra cargo. We're gonna have to secure that.
Yeah, this is the thing we can't strap down. Why? You want to strap that down?
Perhaps it can strap itself down for the liftoff?
Yes.
All right. So you're gonna have to rotate pilots anyways because it's still a 10-hour flight, right?
More like 13 hours, but yes.
That works for me. But I'm gonna have to arrange. Can we actually fly this to Langley ourselves?
In
Or
theory,
can I
yes.
arrange? Huh?
If you have the skills, yes. But
Anybody
you're
can
pretty
pilot?
sure that there's going to be somebody meeting you in Colorado.
What do you mean?
Well, it's not like you can sneak a 747 through the radar screen.
Right. No, we haven't. Yeah, but I mean, here's my plan.
Yeah, it's like there is a kind of like a mountain range that really makes it hard for you to hug the ground
We're not gonna hug the.
in the way.
They're gonna have several hours to get the local CIA representatives to any airport in Colorado they want.
Oh yeah, but that guy I can deal with.
Yeah, that guy is usually not bulletproof.
Yes, exactly.
As usual, not what?
Yeah,
Usually
it's,
not bulletproof.
it's the bottom of the barrel CIA agent.
All right, I'm gonna talk to the. Jaelle, Dan, Steve, Mac. All right. So my plan is we land, refuel Colorado, and from there retake off to Langley, which means we're gonna have to arrange for
Hammond to get the Yeti.
pilots.
Pilots.
There's stuff we can pull to slow it down. Engine fatigue. need to get another plane, or they need to send somebody.
Yeah,
over.
right. I mean, it's 13 hours.
Yeah.
They're gonna have representatives there. They may want to question these guys, regardless. Fuck.
Let's put it this way: the guy they're going to have in Colorado, if something was to happen to him, the organization's not going to miss the guy.
We are not taking out a CIA personnel. That's not going to happen.
I'm not saying take out; they disappear from time to time.
That's a no, Mac. Mac, that's a no.
Drop him off on Indra.
You could just dine and wine him.
Dine and wine? That's backwards.
Because you give him food first, then he gets thirsty, and then you put knockout drops in the wine.
All right, I hear that suggestion. Logistically, now we have to land, refuel, disembark the Yeti, and continue on to Langley as if nothing happened. With two pilots. And somehow convince these pilots to keep their mouths shut about a monster that doesn't really exist. Who's going to believe them?
Let's put it this way. The pilots are a corporation. So they're not going to say a word. They're not going to want to lose their paycheck.
We could get Hammond to give us
Is that
something.
right? Wait, time out. Is that right? Are these Stargate pilots?
This is a Stargate plane, yes.
So they do this all the time.
Yeah, this is not a CIA plane. They're not beholden to the CIA. I was, I'm not beholden. Yes, I've done work for the CIA, but that's it. So this is a thing. The only person on paper they could potentially order around and who might feel like they have to jump to it is your character, out of character.
Yeah. I'm making a decision already.
Yeah.
I'm making a decision. I'm totally fucked.
When, as I was saying, we can get, when we transfer the Yeti to Hammond, we can get Hammond to give us something interesting but not that useful to bring along with us to Virginia and say that's what we got in China.
I think there might be reports that we loaded something new into the plane.
Yeah, but the CIA doesn't know what we're doing in the corporation, do they?
Once we get into the States, it's going to be easier for them to track us.
Wooster, is what Dan suggested even a possibility? Because I don't know.
Yeah.
Dan, all right. Without rising suspicion of Langley.
I just don't know how you're gonna make it happen, but it's a possibility.
Oh, you tax in the air. You basically tax in airplane into a hangar.
Or refueling.
Mm-hmm.
Or do they refuel on the Carmack?
That entirely depends on how you how the reception is at Colorado.
Here's what I want you to plan. Here's what I want you to plan. All right? And I need you to get this. Here's what needs to happen.
Oh, by the way, here's the good news. Huh. It's January. It's Colorado. Snow. Snow aplenty.
Not in 97 at that time.
Colorado.
In the mountains, yes, everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was living in breaking out of character.
Hey, Jaelle or Sarah, can I have you not no and this and instead yes and this? Please. Pretty please.
Fine. I just remember the weather during then. Sorry.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm taking your agency away. Please continue. What were you gonna say?
Okay, breaking out of character. I was living in Colorado in 97. It was greener than green at that time.
Really?
Yes. There was no snow during that time frame.
Even during the January of it?
During January, we didn't have snow.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, that's what we're.
So when he brought up the snow, because it's in Colorado, a little bit about my history. I used to live right on the military base in Colorado. So I remember 97 pretty clearly.
All right. But there was snow in January, which is the important part.
There was not snow in
Oh.
97.
All right, how do you want to play this, Wooster?
So it's up to Wooster how he wants to play it.
Whether or not did it go the historical weather pattern, or is it a different weather
Or
pattern?
alternate universe weather pattern?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, technically, you are at your destination's Cheyenne Mountain Complex, which is in the mountains, which gets snow easier than the lowlands.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna call it 50-50. Most of Colorado, no snow.
I have an alternate plan. Wait, did you just say no snow?
No snow for the most of Colorado, but the mountain areas of Colorado, yes, snow.
All right. Dan, I'm gonna pitch you an idea, and I'm gonna need you to help me make this work. All right? Maybe you and Jaelle. No, I need Dan for the translation purposes. All right. We don't land at Cheyenne Mountain. We land at the airport just before it for refueling purposes. We arranged to have a vehicle, rent a car, whatever. So what we're gonna while we refuel, we're gonna use the refueling truck to either bring our cargo guy. In that refueling truck, we'll do a switch, fake cargo for real cargo. Or if it's snowing at that airport, we could just drop off you and the Yeti, meet up in the rent-a-car at the Cheyenne Mountain, while meanwhile Jaelle, Mac, and I move on to the Langley. Thoughts? You're muted. You've been muted this whole time. I can't hear you. I was hoping you were going to mute.
Which
I
one?
think they know all the people that are on the plane. So if I'm not there on the way to Langley, they'll definitely know shit happened. When in January is it, Wooster?
Somebody told me D1D31.
Aim for 12.
On New Year's Day, I
know this isn't Denver or anything.
Again.
I think there's an actual location for Cheyenne Mountain Complex.
Will be
Yeah,
with
I just
you.
picked a random place in Colorado and said, what's the weather like in January of 97? And at one point it was down to minus 25 Celsius.
Did nobody roll the D31 like you asked?
Yeah,
Yep.
no, it's 6.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, it was only minus 15 Celsius.
So it is really cold in there.
A bit more
No.
Yes.
palatable.
For parts of January, it was warm at the beginning, like near the 1st. And from the 17th until the the end of the month, it was warm, but it was cold for most of the rest of it.
And Cheyenne Mountain Complex is pretty much middle of Colorado, so you're probably landing somewhere. Yeah, I don't know what cities there are.
But in any case, it's in Discord anyway. Yeah, I don't think there's any way I can not be on the plane when we go to. We really do need to meet up with Hammond or somebody from the corporation. They can.
Yeah,
have
there is a way for you not to be on the plane. We replace you with somebody who's fueling our truck. Somebody comes in a truck to refuel the airplane, as well as exchange pilots. Guess what? There's an extra person there named Dan, who's you. Meanwhile, you return to the truck with the Yeti, the refueling. Get into the rent-a-car and get to Hammond.
Get the other Daniel Jackson. Yeah. He looks like me. Yeah.
You guys aren't even talking to the CA. They're just gonna investigate. That's it.
But didn't they have agents in Nepal watching what was happening?
They had Russian agents.
No. Didn't the CIA have agents there?
They saw. What did they see? What's your worry here? We switch you out with somebody else. You and Yeti go back, and then we get two fake yous to come in. They don't know that we have a Yeti. They just know that we somehow got some sort of package.
No?
They assume we have a package. That's it.
So
We keep our
this
packages
is a
to
possible
ourselves.
plan.
Mm-hmm.
Any other? I mean, can you think you can pull this off?
Can I pull off my part of it? Yeah, but I'm not sure you can pull off the part of getting a fake dam. Or that they would buy it.
Ask Stargate Corporation. Once you listen, I'll make a couple of arrangements. Once you get get in contact with them.
Okay, that's okay. Sure, I will try and contact Stargate Corp through. Do I bring up the fact that I was an agent too? For 4 years. that was an aside.
But for which agency?
Yeah, well, exactly.
KGB.
Go Mother Russia.
No, we're not going there. No, CSIS. Yeah, I was an agent for CSIS.
I mean, I think Stargate is going to be trying to be very accommodating.
No. Yes, they want to get the Yeti and they want to get him home to boost brownie points with Yeti folk.
Yeah.
And maybe get some more belts. So the only question is, how are we going to communicate with Hammond without it being intercepted by your how do I describe this in terms that will not be the Chicken Investigation Agency?
Wooster, do they have another way of contacting them, or should I just use a sat phone that I normally contact?
You could use a sat phone, like a modem, and encrypt the communication?
Using Stargate encryption.
Yeah.
Stargate Corporation encryption.
Exactly.
You could do that. Pretty standard stuff, you know.
Do you not want this task?
Oh, that's fine. Let me talk to Hammond.
All right. So
it may not involve me getting off the plane, though.
Huh?
If we come up with a plan that doesn't involve me getting off the plane.
Why don't you want to get off the plane?
Because I think that would be
Then who's going to take Yeti? I need one of us to take Yeti.
Why does one of us have to do it? The Stargate folks can do it.
It's more of a question: will the Yeti trust just a random stranger that we introduce him to?
That's possible.
All right.
If he doesn't, then that's fine. One of us will have to go. That's true.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's start. Let's just bring the Yeti into this conversation. I guess I'll have to tell him. All right, Mac, you
Oh, he already
you talked to him
hasn't.
earlier, right?
Yeah. I've told them that
that's-
someone's pulling strings.
That's Wookiee knowledge at this point. That's Wookiee knowledge at
Yeah.
this point.
No, Yeti knowledge.
Ha ha ha. Jaelle, Mac, do you see any objections to this plan?
This is the thing. Unless the CIA have, let's put it this way: if they had enough intel and enough material to actually know what we were doing, they would have had enough material to actually stop us getting attacked by the Russians and intercede. They're just pulling on your strings, hoping that you'll then. They're just pissed that something's went underneath their nose.
Yeah. All right.
That's it. It's just them being pissed.
Well, you know what? We're gonna have to deal with those. Whatever. I'm doing this because of you, Mac.
Let me put it
Whatever
this way.
consequences happens, you're gonna be there with me.
Yeah. But let me put it this way. It's the other way I was looking at it. If we were handing him over to the CIA, do you think he was going to go quietly? We're going to be putting our lives at risk. So the way I was looking at it was simpler just to actually honor our word that gives us the best chance to walk away safely from this.
All right. I'll be back. I'm going to talk to Yeti real quick. Jaelle, any objections to the plan?
It's gonna go no matter what we do. So I'm just at this point waiting to see what happens.
All right.
So,
I'm
shall we
gonna
skip
go,
it?
huh?
Shall we skip it to the airport?
No, God, no. I still have to talk to Hammond.
Yeah. Right.
And I'm going to
It's-
tell Yeti the plan.
While Doug's going to talk to the Yeti, like Mac's just going to take Dan aside and says, look, when you talk to Hammond, you might want to convince him to, beef up the security of the airport with, say, cooperation.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just try and.
You can join me in the conversation with Hammond. It doesn't have to be just me.
Ooh. Is this
And you can also tell them that I assume they already know about it, that your the Yeti helped you with your withdrawal issues.
I kind of been keeping quiet about the belt.
Yeah, but doesn't Hammond already know about it?
Out of character, I don't think Hammond does know.
No. You've kept that. I'm 90% sure that
That's-
you've kept that
Yeah.
a secret.
Yeah.
That's the whole
Would
point.
Bravo team have told them about it since they saw you in action with it?
The Bravo team only does it
Wooster,
unless they
you want to
know.
weigh in on this?
You
Hmm.
don't know if he knows or not.
Nothing's been indicating the fact that it's not been taken, because the way Mac's looking at it, the fact that
I'll be
he's
back.
got a nice piece of tech.
The
And
fact that you
Jamie, the
still
rule of
have it
thumb.
and they haven't taken it away, yes.
Yes. And Mac doesn't want to give it away because it's a force multiplier. That's what he's telling
Okay.
himself. It's
Okay,
a force
don't-
multiplier.
Okay, don't bother mentioning that then.
Yeah.
But then how could we use them to convince the fact that the Yetis have lots of belts in corner stores?
Golden belt. He knows definitely about the golden
Yeah, he
one.
doesn't know the golden belt. Yeah, that's true.
It's
Okay, well, let's talk to Hammond.
Yeah.
Or did Doug want us to take a break?
that piece back.
So you want, Carlos? You want to take a break? We've
It
been
seems
at it
like
an hour and a half so far.
Yeah, this is a good break time.
Yeah.
This way
Or do
it'll
we want to
let
have the
you-
discussion with Hammond and then take a break?
Yeah, let's have a discussion with Hammond, I think.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm into that.
Okay.
It takes you a while, but eventually. Hammond speaking.
It's Alpha Team, Dan and Mac here. Some issues might have arisen with this flight back. We need to covertly transfer our cargo, just in case we're being interrupted. I'm using a bit of vagueness. We have to covertly transfer our cargo to you and Stargate Command, where there might be some resistance requiring extra security from a
let's just say our
from
favorite,
interference. Yes.
Yeah, our favorite alphabet agency.
Yeah. Yes. Our favorite
that shouldn't be operating on U.S. soil,
yes,
but
soil,
does.
Yes. The chicken investigators. Yes. And we need you to arrange for a. Well, first we need to refuel, because they want us to continue on after. Well, they want us to fly wanted us to fly directly to Langley, but we want to not to do that and honor our agreement with our
corporation.
Cargo.
And the corporation.
And the corporation, yes.
Yeah.
And we need to well, as I said, arrange transport at an airport as close as possible to, obviously, headquarters. And possibly, if you have something that we can use as a decoy discovery, something that you've already determined it has practically no value, but has looks interesting and might distract the agency from continuing investigating, we could carry that along with us.
You know, something to just persuade that the Russians are still being superstitious fools like the Nazis were. You know, like all Indiana Jones stuff.
So hold on. You want me to pick up a fight with a 3-letter organization and the Russians?
Oh, the Russians are going to be. They think we're working with the CIA, so the CIA is going to do it for us.
Hold up. Back down a little bit. What? I am looking. This discussion is encrypted, is it not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So.
We found a potential ally.
We're using alien-based algorithms. I doubt the CIA has access to these, so we can speak plainly.
Right.
So, tell me exactly what is going on and what do you need?
You know those stories about the abominable snowman?
Yes, I've heard of those.
Yeah, it turns out it's been an alien that's just been stranded on Earth for
2,500 years.
For a while.
You know the gold belt?
It's got something like it.
It's got something slightly more powerful than that, and says that on his world you can get those things in like Radio Shack.
Yeah, it's like a Walkman for them.
Yeah. Very useful to have as an ally.
Right.
And he wants to go home.
And how is CIA involved?
Let's just say some Russians tried to interfere with us getting back home. And it turns out the CIA heard about the noise that got made in Nepal.
Right.
And they're trying to pull Doug's strings to get us to go straight to Langley instead.
I see. So, and you're currently headed towards us.
Yes, we are.
And is it too late to turn to Virginia?
Yes.
Unfortunately, yes.
Right. If you do land in Colorado Springs, that is going to cause issues. It's going to arouse their suspicions. However, there's an alternative plan.
Okay.
I will call you back.
Sure.
In a couple of hours. Keep your heading for now. But you may have to change your course about the time you reach continental US. We'll have you fly straight to Virginia.
We don't have enough fuel to get to Virginia.
Don't worry about that. Let me worry about that.
It's gonna get
mid-air refueling. Okay.
Yeah.
Assuming this plane is capable of that.
It will
Yes.
be.
Plot
Be of
armor,
little
yes.
faith, Dan. Dr. Jackson. This
been
is
promoted to
you
doctor.
are on a Stargate plane. It might look like a 747.
But the pilot knows how much fuel it had, so that's why we couldn't get to Virginia.
I think the pilot's
Yeah.
just been lying to us.
Oh, well, maybe.
Right. I'm going to give the I'm going to do some things on this end. Get
But
you
one
situated.
thing, we must honor our agreement with the Yeti.
And that agreement is?
We will get him home. Otherwise, we're going to upset him, and if he ever gets home, we'll just have yet another enemy to fight if we don't get him home.
Right.
Sir, you ever seen Star Wars? You know Chewbacca? You know how they were all scared of him potentially ripping their arms off? This
We
guy
like our arms.
This guy's 5 times the size of Chewbacca.
All right. We wouldn't want Dan disarmed again.
Yes.
Oh, good son of a bitch.
I don't care about Dan getting disarmed. I'm more concerned about my limbs here. Because who do you think they're going to send up against it?
No.
Look, I'm just going out on a limb here, but oh, never mind. No, I'm not.
Right. How about you take a moment
Understand.
and we'll continue this discussion after I have made a few phone calls.
Okay, call us back after a 15-minute or 10-minute break.
We'll do that. See you in about 10 minutes. Lift off.
And that's why penguins.
Oh,
Exactly.
that makes sense. Yeah, that totally makes sense now. Yeah.
So, we are back in the black. I think.
My tongue is still black. It's okay.
There's blue behind us. We're back in the blue.
Oh, wait. Shoot. Man, I'm supposed to change my shirt. Doesn't matter. Go on.
Carlos's striptease.
No, thematically, I thought I should have been a gray shirt because it's neither black and white; it's gray in the middle.
It's a gray
So, I should have thought about that. It's just an extra layer of stupid shit that Carlos thinks of that's meaningless. It's just for me. It's just for me.
No. Surely you should just put like a green blanket over you, and just like the idea, like Carlos, like Doug just fading into the background, not to be seen, and just work from the shadows, sort of.
Well, I'm actually wearing like something dark because whatever. It doesn't matter. Please, let's get back to this.
Yeah.
Answer the phone. We answer the phone.
Encryption secure.
Oh, beep, beep, beep. Yes.
Hey.
A
Hammond
quick
again.
question for you. As you mentioned, this is just not your normal airplane.
You did?
Is there any chance that you've been able to employ the technology that we found on the crashed ship we had? And is there a ring gate on this airplane?
Hopeful thinking, but I appreciate the enthusiasm. No, we're gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way. And we're going to be setting up a refueling plane for you. It should meet you up over the Rocky Mountains. Gonna have you head directly towards Virginia. However, there's also an opportunity for you guys to get on board the refueling plane while this happens. It's gonna be risky. But it's one of the ways you can get whatever you want off of that ship, off of that plane, without the three-letter agency getting too nosy about it.
The main requirement is getting the Yeti to Stargate Command, not necessarily us.
Mm-hmm.
Because they wanted us to arrive with all of the contents of the plane. Now, they don't necessarily know about the Yeti. They know we went to pick up something.
We just played that we weren't able to retrieve anything. We had to leave it.
Let's see.
And the Russians were weirdly enough, the Russians are our witnesses.
Oh, they would have to ask the Russians.
They searched the plane and didn't find anything.
Well, if they ask the Russians go, what material? They're going to think they're lying.
Sick actors. It was full of sick actors.
Yes. Well, this is the plan. The refueling plane has a capacity of has the capacity to hold on to your plane for a limited duration. So there's a chance you can climb alongside the fueling line. It's not going to be easy, but it is an option. If you want to get somebody off board without landing and alerting the CIA. But if you want to land and do the fueling the safe and sound way, then we're going to have to deal with the CIA. So my analysis of the situation is, if you continue all the way to Colorado Springs to land, you will have a welcoming committee not only by the corporation. You're going to have to do something unexpected.
While the mid-air transfer sounds fascinating, could we not just land in Seattle to refuel? That wouldn't be necessarily suspicious. And you could have a plane sent there to pick up the cargo, along with additional security, of course.
No, basically any airport you're going to land to is probably going to have a CIA personnel on site to, if not seize you, to oversee you. And we do not know who they are.
Did we land at an air base?
Wooster's given us a lifeline, and as a meta, I'm well into it. And I'm very happy to be the guy walking him across and doing all the dangerous rules. We can make this work. This is a great fucking idea. I love it. Very cinematic. Don't pussy out on me, guys. We can do this.
Right.
So,
I guess the plane refueling us wouldn't be identical to the plane we're in.
No.
Otherwise, we could just transfer ourselves to the other plane and go on to Virginia.
Or even better yet, have the other plane go to Colorado. However, no, that's not going to fly. We only have 1 747 at disposal. The corporation is not made of money yet. So,
No comment.
refueling plane is going to arrive. It's going to refuel you in flight. You're going to continue to Virginia. I have already informed the CIA that we are cooperating with them.
Oh, that's inconvenient. Okay.
And to avoid suspicion, you are to continue directly towards Virginia. However, there's another option. If you have at your availability parachutes, you can attempt to land in the Rocky Mountains by a low altitude parachute deployment. Otherwise, they might pick you up.
I think it's time to bring our passenger up to speed. And
oh yeah,
now since he's going to have to.
I have to ask, what is the size of this cargo of yours, or this passenger of yours? Do we even have a parachute big enough for him?
Yeah.
We don't.
Unless we've got like a parachute for a cargo container, maybe.
Well, it's a cargo plane, so they should.
Cargo plane, unless it's a military cargo plane. Sorry, it is not a military cargo plane, and we were not prepared for a cargo drop in the hostile area with parachutes. No.
Okay. We don't even know if he can use his belt as an anti-gravity belt. So let's talk to the Yeti.
We'll call you back. So this is a great plan. We still have several hours to go.
We will describe his height, weight, etc.
Ooh, that's gonna be difficult. We don't have anything that size that we can. We could try dropping you one of those cargo parachutes from the refueling plane, but you would have to make a leap of faith and grab it on the way down. Or we could try to somehow get it to you on the door. I don't know. That would be up to you and the pilots to handle. I'm not this Hollywood type that likes to jump out of planes to do this sort of things.
We'll get back to you.
We'll get back to you. We need to talk to our passenger.
Right. I'm having the refueling plane prepped and ready to go.
Yeah, it'll be multiple hours before we get anywhere near Colorado. So
3 hours until you reach the East Coast.
American airspace.
West Coast, East Coast, West Coast.
Yeah.
West Coast.
West Coast. Yeah.
Just say 3 hours till we reach the optimum refueling location, exchange spot. Yeah.
You're gonna be meeting over the Rocky Mountains, so.
Oh,
that's
I see.
That is your best chance of doing anything to the mountain interference of radar systems.
All right. Well, let's. I have no problem. We'll call you back. Let's talk to Yeti. See what it can do. I have I totally have no issue doing the exchange. It sounds like mid-air exchange by crawling up the refueling thing might be the way to go. Maybe with help from some of us, like with a belt or some shit. Mac, we might need you for this. Let's go talk to the Yeti, and let me go talk to Yeti and bring him up to speed.
So, after a brief explanation, Yeti is, no, I do not have the premium model. I cannot control gravity with this.
There's a model that can control gravity.
Yeah, it was way too expensive for my paycheck.
Nice.
In Wooster's,
you can literally fly with that bullshit.
Is there any way that you can safely crawl up the refueling line and get into the other plane?
I am pretty strong, and I can nullify the wind effect with my shield. Well,
are you gonna
just
need
make
some
it
help?
easier. It would help. I don't know. Depends on what we're working with.
All right, because
if
the
you're
alternative
saying
is
it can hold my weight, I probably can do it.
Yeah, like
But it doesn't sound like a very reliable solution. I don't like falling several kilometers to my death.
If you'd like, I could secure us an emergency package first. If you want, there's Can we say that there's one parachute that one of us? I'm assuming at some meta point you're gonna have us help or roll in some case, but what
Yeah,
if
you
like
have like regular parachutes. Yeah. On the
like
plane for
one of
like
us?
8
What if
people.
like we'll go over? We'll do the initial crawl, grab the parachute, bring it back, secure it to you, and then that'll be like the emergency backup because you're like too much of an important cargo. I mean, you're too important to lose. So how's that for a solution?
Or worst case or simplest case scenario, they attach ropes to the refueling rod, multiple ropes, and we attach the ropes to the Yeti. And if he happens to fall off, at least he'll still be able to crawl up the ropes to the other plane.
Safety ropes.
Yes.
Now, here a little side note to our scientist who probably knows this. 3 dangling ropes flying around cause a lot of damage.
Tied
Especially
to
in
what part
several...
of tied to the pole did I
Eh.
not say?
That's not a good idea. He's saying
Well,
no,
yeah.
it's not a good idea.
Well, tied to the pole. Oh, well,
And we untie them from our end and attach them to the Yeti.
Or is the parachute like a better idea? Like, hey, how's this? Like,
Yeah, worst case scenario, he parachutes down and he's in nice mountainous territory, nice and cold mountainous territory.
Problem is, if you kind of look at it, the parachute they're giving him is made for actual vehicles. If it is the wrong type and he unploys it and it doesn't carry him, he's gonna die.
Vehicles? It's meant for cargo. It can be boxes, could be anything.
Yeah.
Yes, but this is a live being that might not be the right size nor weight or velocity for the parachute span.
Are you poo-pooing the idea of the parachute now after Wooster said, hey, you guys could use a parachute?
No, I'm just laying out the possible things because we already tried with the already poo-pooed a little bit to the rope idea.
This is my idea.
This is where I'm coming in.
It's a backup. He's already said they're gonna give us a parachute big enough for cargoes, which is gonna be good enough for the Yeti. Hey, just listen. One of us crawls up the thing to get that big parachute, brings it back. Now we have a parachute for him. This way he can now go make the climb on his own safely, and we could and Bob's your uncle. We continue.
Look, it's simply the
DNA.
There's only one person that can do this.
What's it? And who's that?
Mr. Beltman.
Well, let's put it this way. I'm the only one that's had any training to something close to like this.
All right.
And he can also use his belt to hang on to the fueling rod.
All right.
So, shall we skip?
Yes.
So,
Jaelle, I do hear your objection, and I'm scared. This is going to be challenging, but it has to be this way.
I'm just saying from the past, when we're handed something, it might not be as it seems. So
it's
I'm
like someone
worried.
distrusts a GM.
Wonder why.
At some point, we have to be cooperative. We can't. He's not working against us. I trust Wooster. Continue,
It's
please.
not like he's working against us. He just likes putting a twist to it.
Exactly.
so you guys are flying above the Rocky Mountains. the radio blare. You have another plane on the radar. Radio blares up. Hey guys, I heard you need help.
Yes.
Do we
The
recognize
Bravo
the voice?
team is ready to assist.
Oh, fuck you, bro.
Don't say it, Dan.
We got Jack on the stick.
And this is why I want one of us to go with Yeti. Always has been.
I'll go in.
Alright, we're ready to lower in the fueling cable. The fueling.
All right, what do you need from us?
Fueling hose. Okay, we need you to hold steady.
That'll be done on the pilot's end.
Yeah, you can trust the pilot skills if you want.
Or you want me to roll? I've got a pilot of 1. It's not very good. Hey, at least it's not a negative. But I'm sure the pilots are way better at this, so I'll let the pilots roll.
All I see is the elephant flipping over again if you roll.
I mean, this is the wrong
Okay.
All right, anyways,
character. This is
what
probably
can we
Landis
what
for
can we do
us.
to help?
Alright. Just set the plane on autopilot for sight forward. We're gonna lower the hose. And you do what you must do after the hose is locked in. We only have a limited amount of time to do this, so don't tarry. Got it?
Roger that.
Play a bit like the squirrels you are.
I'll relay the information.
I didn't say anything.
The pilots have their instructions. We have ours.
And Mac is getting ready to disembark, wearing a parachute.
Yes.
And to assist Yeti.
Indeed. So, what happens is there's a pole that extends in front of the plane, and a side entrance that opens, and these little climbing handlebars and steps appear at the side of the plane, going towards the front. It's very windy, but the airspeed has been lowered as low as it can go.
Before the plane stalls.
Bingo! To make the refueling easier, obviously. Not any consideration to you in particular.
Yeah.
But this is like a bit faster than a biplane would go. So you can technically take the wind if you're strong enough. Because
He can always make himself aerodynamic.
Oh,
he's being distracted by cookies.
Oh, snacks! Tell her to bring me some too. Oh,
It's
M&Ms.
good, man.
Ooh.
Take 30 seconds. It's good. We're fine. We're fine. Go for it. Say hello.
Go. Get it.
For sure. For sure.
Go.
No, it's cookie mix. It's not brand new cookies. It's cookie mix.
All right.
Oh, it's cookie mix. I thought it was M&Ms.
Ooh.
So somebody's gonna be eating well tomorrow. Or tonight. Yummy.
Okay.
This is the fun, hair-raising part of the adventure.
So, Mac, there's handlebars and what is it called where you place your foot on?
Platform?
Footholes?
I think there will be like maybe it's not like bars as such. I think there'll be more like a recess for you to grab hold of. If you're
There's like a little thing you can put your hand around.
yeah.
It's like literally flips around and allowing you to do this. Why would
Special
they ever
play,
install this? You have no idea, but it's there. It's going all the way to the refueling line.
It's like they prepared this plane for such shenanigans in the
The special plane.
They
For
don't
shenanigans.
they don't care that it burns through 5% more fuel and it costs an extra.
Well, no,
like,
these things
50,000.
flipped out now.
Yeah.
It was aerodynamic before.
Yeah.
Go for
And
it.
you're like literally at the door has been pulled in and to the side, and this plane wobbles a little because of the unbalanced aerodynamics. And the mountains underneath you go by.
Limited time, Mac. Let's go.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna.
If I had my timer set up, I would have put it on.
Yeah, I would
And
just take a moment, just to compose myself, and then I would start making
Okay.
my way.
So
You got
here's
this, buddy.
here's the thing. You got 2 steps in this.
Yeah.
One step is getting to the house. The other one is getting up the house.
Right.
If you fail, you don't make progress.
Mm-hmm.
You just if you critically fail, you lose your grip.
Yeah,
Well,
I
I'm
say that.
yep.
That's me
However,
critically failing on deep row 20.
I-
Or strong with this one.
you can halve. If you only do half progress instead of full progress would be one step. If you halve this, the difficulty reduces.
Now, Max thinking about the time limit, it's like if he had all the time in the world, he would just take his time. But the fact that there's a time limit,
The time limit.
needed.
I'm gonna go meta here, and time limit says you have 6 attempts to make it to the plane.
Yeah.
And every time you succeed, you make progress. If you do critical success, you make twice as much progress.
Yeah.
So you
So-
can get this done by single roll, one way or the other.
Yeah, so that's what Mac's gonna go for. He's gonna actually just try and do it at normal speed. He's not gonna try and do it cautiously because that's just gonna slow him down and just make him overthink it. So he's just gonna do it.
On the way, we've made a harness for the Yeti to hook the parachute up to, just in case.
So I'm gonna do this as I'm guessing this would be a strength roll.
This would be an athletics roll.
Athletic strength.
Yep.
Does his belt give him any boost?
Does your belt give you any boost to strength?
Are you like, for example, he can make his hands into claws, or like not to eat into the plane, but rubber nosed claws to hold on better, maybe?
Oh yeah.
Well, sure.
Or Spider-Man suction cups.
That's a good
Okay, go.
idea. That's a good idea. Take yourself an advantage.
A
If you
boon.
use
Oh,
that
you earned
method.
yourself a boon thanks to Dan helping out. I love it. This is so fucking tense, man. I'm on the edge of my seat. Jaelle's like, I'm bored.
Box cars.
No, Jaelle doesn't want to hear if anything goes bad, so she's like distracting herself immediately.
So, you make progress. You make it to the front of the plane. Those in the cockpit can see Mac and his shiny black armor over there, holding on and ready to move from the handles to the hose itself.
Yeah,
And
I
the
think
wind is blowing. You can feel the vibrations, and I want somebody to roll me 2d6 before we continue.
I'll do it because I haven't done a roll yet today.
Good. 'Cause I don't want to.
don't you dare roll whatever
Tina-
Wooster wants.
6.
Right.
You just did.
So, the plane has difficulty staying straight thanks to various natural phenomena.
Turbulence.
So you get a bane. on your next roll.
Ah, but use that brilliant plan of the thing you're trying to crawl up is a tube, right? It's circular.
Mhm.
So instead of rubber-tipped claws, it's a tube, a full circular tube. So you can just crawl up it like this.
Like a
So
belay
you get
system.
to the other end. Yeah.
That's not possible.
That's horrible sounding at its finest.
He can
Oh,
make
shut
appendages that go around things, but he can't fuse them at the other end.
Can we try to like help steady the plane a bit more and make it to remove that bane?
That was yep, you can. We can attempt something. The pilots themselves are doing their best at it as is. That included the pilot skill.
Let's say for instance, I can since I'm pretty good at electronics, can I be like, oh, I could help boost response type and help stabilize it?
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Like, I know what I'm doing here, guys. Here, let me help out. I think this, and hack, and I'm just gonna do a straight roll. I'm not gonna do any magic shit because that's not applicable here. 9.
9. Okay, you get a +1 to your roll. But the bane doesn't go away. So, Mac, do you want to proceed? Full pace, half pace?
Full pace.
Oh.
+1 and a bane. Oh wait, I will allow you just a normal roll, not a bane. Just with a +1, because you get the armor gives you a automatic bonus.
Okay.
If you use it.
There.
Oh.
Woo! Okay, you make it to the plane. On the other side, next to the fuel line, there's a Mr. Black is there to meet you. Hey, okay, when to take over? Let me help you. Nice suit. Where you got that one?
We can talk about that later.
Right. So, anyone else coming on board?
Well, I'm going to be grabbing that parachute that you prepared.
Time out.
Mhm.
Was Yeti with him? Is
Nope.
that who was
No.
bringing?
No.
No, he's bringing the parachute back so that the Yeti can go across and be protected against falling.
All right, perfect.
Okay.
Just double check.
The fueling is almost complete, and we have limited number of the fuel until we
I
need to
know.
land. So, right. Okay. Here's your thing. And you sure you want to go back?
I promise this thing that I will do my
Alright.
best to get it back.
Okay. So, somebody call me 2d6 again.
I think Jaelle should roll this time
Why don't you roll?
because I'm the boss and I told you to roll.
You know what? Where's the reverse card? Fuck.
All right, you don't want to roll. I'll roll.
I love it.
Roll 2d6. Here we go.
I think it's going to be next week. The Sarah's going to be with a t-shirt with down with the patriarchy.
Why?
The host
You're-
detaches from the mounting on the
Welcome, Jaelle.
plane end.
Which plane end? There's 2 planes.
Yeah, your end. It's like
Shit. One of us is going to have to
there
go
was
up
there was a
and
huge
detach
like and the automatic detachment happens there. You can see precious air
Warnings.
fuel flying off from the tip before the automatic systems close it.
Fuck. That means one of us is going to have to go up, huh?
Go up what? We're
The
not connected
host-
anymore.
You're not connected.
We're going to have to go up and reconnect it.
Well, no, it disconnected. They're going to have to like fly and reconnect it.
Oh, I see. Okay. I misunderstood.
So, somebody want to roll pilot checks to get that reconnected before you lose more valuable time?
Anybody besides me have pilot?
I have full jack of all trades. So what's the that?
Dexterity.
What's the it's dexterity?
It's a flying
Yeah.
check, yes.
Oh, okay. I'd be +1 as well, so it doesn't make any difference.
All right, here we go. I got this. Since I'm in the pilot's area, anyways, coordinating. Pilot. What is going on here? What is going on here?
Dog's luck.
No,
I'm
that's
finally
John's
free
luck.
from the curse.
I guess I should have rolled. Oh well.
I mean, it's on the fritz. My hacking thing's on the fritz. I can't control it. It's smoking. I'm gonna blame this on my hacking tool. That's
We're now flying sideways.
shit.
The weather just catches you by surprise because the Rocky Mountains weather unpredictable. You're just thrown way off course. Your plane is like almost literally sideways,
Oh.
and you get this warning about stall alert, stall alert, stall alert.
Speed up.
Oh boy. Okay. All right. So we're gonna just correct this.
Just while that's going on, I'm going to Jack. How heavy is that parachute for the Yeti?
Pretty heavy, boy.
Oh my god! I think I know what you're thinking of.
Wendy, can you get us closer? I'm trying, but they're getting away. Some lunatic is flying it away.
I'm
Can
gonna
I hop in the co-pilot seat? I can't do any worse.
It's
Yes,
like,
come and help me with this. Help me pull up. Help me pull up.
Yeah. When you look at the actual pilot, seems like they hit their heads together and fell down. They're unconscious on the floor.
It's like the automatic pilot inflatable come up yet?
Not yet.
Airplane. Love that movie.
Pull up.
All right, so I'm in there pushing bunch of disconnects the thing. Dad, help me pull up.
Okay.
help me-
Can
And then we'll
you
get back
set
to-
me up for a hill jump?
8.
Yeah. I can do that. What do you want to do?
Right, and I'm just going to get in the radio. Look, I'm just going to be speaking to the Yeti. Yeah, I'm going to be jumping here with the parachute.
Yeah, the parachute is reliable, yes?
I'm wanting to give you the best chance there, so this is the best thing we've got.
Right, okay. Meanwhile, pilots. Daniel pulls an 8. That's not quite enough to get you out of stealth. I'm gonna need a dog roll.
All right.
Because
Not-
I think all you guys
Not
are
a
going
Mac roll, a Doug roll.
I think all you guys might be having to bail out
All right.
if the
All
plane's
right.
still on.
Here's a deep cut reference. Just like the drop off of Vic and Nick Bolivia with the weapons crates. You got this. You didn't crash then. Trust the plane. Pull up. Fuck. I mean, I can't, guys. Oh, wait a second. I've been rolling with the wrong thing.
What have you been
It's
rolling with?
dexterity, right? Okay,
Yeah.
hang on. Let me
Have you
re-roll
been
this.
rolling with strength or something?
Yeah.
Oh, give me a reroll.
It's because it was by default. You know, I didn't even realize. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Oh no.
There we go.
More like
Jesus.
it's like Doug is trying to use power. Like pull up.
He just
pull
actually
up.
yanks the stick
same.
out.
The same
you just
line.
pull out?
Suddenly Doug goes like, hold on a minute. Is that power steering?
He was gripping it too tight.
And
I'm
suddenly
used to like the planes from Nicaragua in 1987. That's why.
Oh my. I
Back
can't
in the
wait,
day.
boys.
So the plane stops stalling and begins to gain velocity and
Levels out.
levels up. Okay, good news is you did manage to get the fuel. Most of it. Should be enough to get you to Virginia. You guess. Bad news is you're no longer connected to the refueling plane. And if you would make a guess, you'd think the connectors are short anyway.
So
So,
we're gonna have to go with Plan B of like Mac. All right, continue, Wooster.
Mac has a plan. The refueling plane is climbing altitude.
Mhm.
What do you do in the other plane?
Climb as well.
Yeah.
And start doing some math calculations
Mac.
on what if Mac leaves Chicago on a train at this speed and the Yeti, that kind of calculation, except with air, taking into account the mass of the Yeti, the mass of Mac, and the fact that we're gaining altitude, which is a good thing. They'll have more room for corrections. And when they both have to jump to arrange a meeting in midair.
I don't think that the Yeti has to jump. I think Mac just has to land on the plane.
Oh, yeah.
That's an option, by the way.
Yeah. But if he misses, the Yeti's going to have to jump almost
Yes.
instantly. Well, he will drop faster, but
That's not how the physics works.
he weighs a lot more.
That's not how the physics works. The weight has no impact on falling velocity.
Yeah, a feather, and an anvil fall at the same rate.
A pound of feathers and a pound of
anvil
anvil fall at the same rate.
Same weight.
No. The Yeti will definitely fall faster.
Well,
It has more pounds than Mac.
that still
At the
doesn't
same
have
time,
a thing.
it can be. You can change the stuff, but it also comes down to cross section.
Yes,
and
air
Air,
if you hold your arms
resistance has more
Yes.
more effect than your weight. Your weight has nothing to do with it. Your
Your
acceleration is
weight
the same.
definitely has something to do with
No,
it. That's why
nothing.
they always say that a pound of feathers and a pound of iron will fall at the same rate because they're both 1 pound,
Yeah.
not because they're feathers and iron. It is the
It's
weight
because
that matters.
They say it because of the weight resistance of feathers is like astronomically 1,000.
Well, no, they're in a bag. They're in a like it. Yeah.
If you put
Anyways,
if they're
we're getting,
Anyway,
yeah,
let's
we
not
need to
argue
continue.
physics. You go do your physics like physics studying outside of the stream. But yeah. Anyway,
So the plan is going to be for them both to grab at the same time, and then
do
the
a
Yeti.
tango in the sky and fall together onto their deaths. Okay.
Is that even feasible, Wooster? Is that, or I mean, or do you want to just land on the
Movie
plane?
rules. Go with it.
All right. It's one of those big things, so that all you guys have to do is just hang on to the platform, and this parachute will land a fucking tank or whatever bullshit.
well, I'm just thinking. I'm going to actually maybe grab, an actual cargo crate, install, with cargo netting, and actually install it, and I'm going to be jumping with it to there at the same time.
All right, we can coordinate that on our end. And you got the calculations?
Well, Well, roll me a mechanics check to see if you can do it before the other plane has to return to the lack of fuel.
Mechanic education?
Ooh, Mac, make a mechanic check.
Yeah, Mac
Oh.
needs to do it because Mac is building it.
Oh. Oh, okay. I thought you meant
Jack
to do
Black is
calculations.
helping, so you get a boon on it.
Okay. It's just going to be a straight up education roll with a net.
Mechanic roll.
I don't have
Oh.
mechanic.
So then,
So
do you even want to risk
-3,
this?
So if you want to build something quickly, you
Yeah, I'm going to try it. Three, two, one, roll.
That's an 8. You're very convinced of your own skills to do this. It looks solid enough. It's been put together with duct tape and good spirit.
Hey, duct tape. Have you seen what duct tape can do?
I have.
I trust in duct tape.
Chewing gum and binding twine.
Yeah, something along those lines.
MacGyver. It's MacGyver work at its finest.
Yeah, jerry wire and some duct tape. So, you have your crate with the parachute installed. You're pretty sure it will take 1.5 tons of snowman in it?
Yeah, it's empty, and I think can carry that easily.
The problem is how it's going to handle the sudden acceleration when the snowman tries to stop with the deployed parachute.
Well, it's not deployed yet.
Yeah.
It's not.
was
Okay,
gonna say,
it's a problem for future Mac. Go with it.
Yeah.
Wait, or really, wait, time out. Are you saying Wooster? Are you implying that if we proceed with this plan, that once the parachute goes open, the Yeti's just gonna fall through the crate and splat and go into free fall?
That's
Thereby
why we
negating the
gave him a
comparison?
harness to hook up to the parachute.
I'm asking Wooster a direct
Okay.
question.
I'm implying nothing.
I'm basically grabbing like one of these, like, you ever seen the Living Daylights?
Nope.
Like James Bond, cargo plane, and
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
crates of like opium are coming off the cargo plane, and it's got the net, and I'm basically grabbing one of the
Oh, so live and let
massive.
die?
Live and Let Die, the movie.
Oh yes, it is living.
Oh, no, it's one of the Dalton ones.
It's the Living Daylights.
Yeah, that's a Dalton one, isn't it?
Yeah, because the other one is License to Kill, and it's not License to Kill.
We're agreeing it's a Bond movie, just not which one.
Live and Let Die is a Roger Moore one, and that's the one where he go. It is ironically, it's the other time when he does go against the drug trade, but he's going against the Jamaicans.
You have a licence for
Okay.
your Yeti?
So let's hope and pray we're saving the Yeti.
Oh, it's
Living Daylights.
it's not the same in Finnish, so that's why I was confused.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dalton is my favorite Bond.
You mean they changed the ending? It doesn't finish the same?
Nope, it doesn't.
Okay.
Okay,
This is
so
a bad joke.
you want to get the timing right? Give me some
Yes.
rolls in the table.
I think
Mac,
that's that.
Mac goes ahead and jumps. Mac doesn't
Yep.
have anything to fear. He has a personal parachute.
Yep.
Hopefully. So, Doug, since you're in the charge on the other plane, how are you going to handle the timing?
I thought I was doing the math.
I thought you were.
Can
He's in charge.
can I now?
I'm
use,
saying when I'm jumping.
Can I interface with my
Hey, Misty.
I'm confirming when I'm jumping, and I'm confirming at what height the plane I'm jumping from is, the speed. I've made sure all those details I've got over
Okay.
to Dan.
I'm gonna double check if this is okay with Wooster. I've inputted all of Dan's calculations into my Nintendo Switch
Sure.
computer. I'm interfaced it with like overridden its autopilot control, so like it's taking over the adjustments for me. I'm gonna assist it with my electronics and boost it with a little bit of my magic. How's that?
Sounds fine. Go with it.
All right. I'm gonna add just a normal 3 to this. Don't worry, we've got calculations on my count. 3, 2, 1, jump. 9.
And now the Mac rolls athletics dexterity. Because this is not about strength. This is not about endurance. This is pure, unadulterated flying skill. You can also roll flyer if it's better.
If there's no parachute skill.
That's actually that technically falls either under athletics or
Yeah.
I'm guessing I'm doing this on normal, no boon or bane.
You get +1 from the dog's electronic skill.
All right, okay. There 2, a 1. Submit. Damn it!
Let's say that's a 6. Okay. Yeah. Against all odds, the Yeti actually jumps out of the plane, but he hesitates just that little bit too long, and you don't meet up as calculated. But that's not the end of it. There's some time in free fall, so you can try to readjust. Any one of you have any tricks you want to use to help this out? If not, it's just up to Mac rolling another athletics with dexterity.
Yeah.
I've never gone skydiving, so I wouldn't know.
Other than feeding him like directions.
Oh, wait. Can you calculate what it needs to quickly to calculate? Like, okay, spread out your arms. Spread out your arms, face the sun, and I don't know. Use a quick calculation to like, no.
Navigation.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
My turn.
And yes.
All right. Okay, so do you want a +3 or do you want a boon? You can choose.
What the odds of boon gives you? That's a good question.
Yeah, because if I roll 3 1s,
The boon did nothing,
the boon did nothing.
but you could also roll 2 1s and the boon did only +3.
This is the way I've been rolling compared to Doug, I'm gonna go with the +3, and this is probably when I fuck up. Yeah, so that's my plan. I'm praying on me not having the actual curse working. Yes!
You got the Yeti in your freaking box over there. And, yeah. Safe, it's sound. It's going to land in the box. The Yeti seems pleased that it's in a box, though it's not too pleased about the rapidly advancing ground. No matter how snowy it looks.
Yeah.
So, it's one last roll before we see if these two make it. It's going to be roll 2d6.
Okay.
Hook the Yeti up to the straps we set up for him. I mean, the parachute up to the straps we set up for him.
It's 2d6.
Just roll 2d6.
That's the booster.
You're taking the.
This is messed up, Wooster. I'm just saying. This is messed up.
Did Wooster
This is literally
fix the
like,
dice before the game started?
Deus Ex Machina fucking you. It's out of our. You know what? It's whatever. It's out of our control. Wooster, do your thing. What's gonna happen?
So, the plane continues towards Virginia. You lose contact with Mac and the snowman. You try to raise them on your communication devices. There's no response. There's no knowing whether they just not receiving you or there's nothing to receive you. But they go down into the snowy mountains of the Rockies. Meanwhile, you guys are heading towards Virginia on the plane. Anything you want to do before land touchdown? It's a few hours of flying. Like a solid 7 hours.
Awake? Yeah, hold a memorial service?
Yeah.
How about we just all jump out of the plane and parachute and crash the plane and say, oh, sorry, the plane crashed. Oh no, the corporation probably wouldn't like that.
I think Doug is catatonic. Doug is obviously pissed, catatonic.
I hate to point this out now that it doesn't matter, but did you notice when Doug rolled the 9 electronics booster?
Mm-hmm.
That was Snake Eyes as well.
I did.
Jeez.
Oh,
But I
okay.
just ignore that. So,
Did Mac and the Yeti are dead?
We don't know.
They're not communicating. We haven't got confirmation.
This is in the,
feed
the pilots are
One-
slowly coming to and like, how did it go? Why is this door still open?
close the door. Feed the coordinates where they went down to Hammond.
Yeah.
because it's the 90s, most of the Rockies had no connection to service. Like you can't use radios out in that area or anything like that. So right now we really
I mean, they were shortwave walkie-talkies. I suppose they're just not.
So, this seems like a very good place for a cliffhanger.
Literally.
Ha.
So, your
Next
plane
week, hanging
continues.
from a cliff, we find.
Oh, well, yeah. Your plane continues towards Virginia. This is part of the plan. There's nothing you can do about those people.
Well, other than tell Hammond where they went down.
You patch your information about where it happened, why it happened. Hammond says that he'll send a rescue effort. And until next episode, that's the last you hear of them. However, the camera pans in a mountain pass where a lonely parachute is hanging from a cliff with a box underneath it swinging in the wind with 2 very unconscious creatures in it.
Taking cliffhanger a little too literally.
it's very cliffy right now.
Just a second. I got to take some cliff notes.
Oh.
At least it's not a cliff bar.
Well, time to put on the band mode. On that note, next week, is it gonna happen?
Oh boy. Oh yeah.
Next week is Halloween, and I do believe at least two of you, that would be the two of you, two
actually,
Americans
yeah.
who want to take it off, and you also want to take it off.
Halloween's on a Tuesday.
No, it's Halloween weekend.
Okay, it's Halloween weekend, so that's when all the bigger parties are going to be happening. That's when people are throwing a lot
Yeah.
of stuff.
My niece's birthday is then.
All right. Yeah. Alex has persuaded me into doing things during that weekend.
Yeah, see.
I don't
That's a
think she
thing.
needs a lot of persuasion.
She has cookies.
Yeah. The only reason I get to do this every weekend is because Mrs. Wooster likes when I do this.
She gets a break from you. Yes.
Yes. She can go like, I'm gonna go potty. See ya.
So there will be a picture posted, possibly in the lounge. I don't know if it's going to be posted anywhere else, of my son and his godfather dressing up as Din Djarin and Baby Yoda.
Have fun.
Oh yeah.
Well, thank you all for coming, but I guess I'm gonna call it quits quicker than I expected because I'm just getting that wow, that ended up in a cliffhanger moment and just went through my brain like
Mac, this was I'd love to thank you for no, first off, obviously not your fault that I got the curse now. But I've got a whole new perspective. It sucks. I hate it. I don't want it. Ugh.
Okay,
It's terrible. Get this shit off me. It makes me scared to fucking roll.
You should have changed
apparently
your
Mac
shirt.
took his curse with him.
Okay, so the worst part was right before you rolled it was when I literally said, I'm throwing a reverse card at you if I can find it. And when you started rolling that badly, I was like, I should have never said reverse card.
Well, I'm not the type of person that blames others for obvious failures. So
Hey,
I'd love to say it was Jaelle's fault for cursing me.
I am admitting to it.
It's just Doug's turn to make terrible choices and have tons of consequences hit him.
I mean, the way I just thought of it is just going with, well, you wanted to go with the big action scene ending, and I'm going with, it's going tits up. Let's try the Hail Mary.
I mean, the amount of double ones in this game was amazing.
Yeah, he rolled 2 in a row. He actually rolled 5 ones in 3 rolls.
How was that possible? It's wow.
Oh, it's 1 out of it's 1 out of 6. So rolling a double 1 out in 1 row is 1 out of 36. Okay.
Yeah.
It's then 1 out.
1 out of 36 times 36.
Yeah.
Times 6 times divided by There's only because you have to not roll a 1 on the other one, so there's a 5 in 6 chance of that.
So when you did that two double 1s in a row, that was a 1 in 1,296. Right? To then roll another 6, another 1, that became 1 out of 7,776. If you had to roll it as 3 in a row, which you didn't, that was 1 in 50,000. That's you starting to potentially get into winning something in the lottery.
Maybe a scratch off.
Why can't I get this luck with my
maybe not the jackpot, but maybe like a small cash prize? That's you starting to get into lottery statistics.
These are the statistics where you win like hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I deserve it.
To be fair, what And when D6, it's not as bad as doing it in D&D. Because the fact you're doing it 1 out of 20, suddenly doing 2 in a row is 1 out of 400.
I do have good news for you.
Oh, yeah?
Dan actually has contacts in these regions. Dan did his what was it, his doctorate on this area. The whatchamacallit, the Native Americans of the United States.
Oh yes.
So we're going from Doug to Dan storyline next.
Oh god.
Yay. Interesting that we all get personal episodes like this that are not stressful at all.
No, not at all.
It's like, you know how you were going on, how, you know that all of that business in Nicaragua and how you gave me shit for that there. And let's put it back. That issue with me getting captured and having to do a deal with Interpol was because someone started doing searches for me that won't be named.
Okay.
Someone then had their contacts column again. I think a lot of the things that go wrong for me all coalesce around a certain person that likes to call themselves.
And I love Carlos for the fact that he's actually bringing in stuff and making things move, and I love you for that. I love you.
Okay. So the only reason he went searching for you is because you decided to prank everybody and go hiding. So technically, you brought that upon yourself when you pranked.
That's right. That's right on the nose, baby.
So you brought that upon yourself.
On a psychological level, he knows he fucked up. His own mind can't accept that this is all his own fault. He has to project the blame on somebody else because he's not strong enough to take responsibility for his own actions.
I love it.
Okay, I only said the first part. I did not say it. It was because of the second part. I said the first part was his own fault. The second part, he has all rights to say it's you. So I am not going to literally get in between you two because I'll hit you both upside the head and walk away. Actually, no, I'll bite one of you and still hit the other one upside the head and walk away.
Let's compromise and say we were both wrong. All right.
Yeah, I might have an issue. You just then decided to napalm me.
You throw rocks at my glass house, and I'll throw nuke at yours. That's how it works.
Yeah, escalation much, sir. I mean, this was like the first time Mac decided to relax, have a wee bit of fun, you know, and he got burned for it there.
You didn't get burned. You ran away. There was a difference.
Your past caught up to you. I just happened to be an agent that I just happened to be the straw.
I've had to wipe off that that passport I used to fly into Nicaragua. I can't use that anymore. You know how expensive that shit is?
Well, there's actually one real regret that I have there, and is that Doug was still too scared because of the nightmare. He was still too scared to boldly go through the gate and follow that, and instead call in for backup, and fucking Bravo team came in. That is on Doug, and he feels bad about that. Because he was literally scared. That nightmare was still clinging to him, and of being hacked and the mommy issues and all that, and he did not want to go in that hole again.
I love it.
Has he actually explained why he called Bravo in to anyone? No, he hasn't.
I think this conversation is a meta conversation that at some point we had that time. Yeah.
I thought we
Everything
just
now
left,
is meta
and
anyway.
then I thought we just left, and then Hammond sent Bravo in to
Yeah,
finish it off.
Hammond sent Bravo team to finish that.
Yeah, we
Yes,
didn't send
that's
Bravo
exactly
in.
it. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
But it's
I think it's like Doug was relieved
It's
that
because
Bravo
Doug-
came in.
the leader that's always boldly just fuck it, we'll go, we'll step through this hole. Who cares? We'll figure it out as we go along. Was literally too scared to go forward at the very end, and it was Max disadvantage. You know, it fucked over Mac. I think. We'll see. Anywho. That's what you should really be mad about, not for initiating the CIA, the Nicaragua shit.
It's
Yeah, I'm causing you all these traumas.
Which, by the way, is why I think I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna choose. Since you said you were gonna leave, that made my decision to just fuck it. Fuck the CIA. I'm choosing Mac over them.
Yeah. That's why I say that. I just wanted to give you even more.
Give that incentive.
Give
Okay,
you
I
more
agree.
crap. It's
And
like,
then you fucking go and die.
Hey, it wasn't my intention.
Fucking going out like a hero. God damn it. Fuck. Yeah,
Okay.
Doug's not a good play. We'll see how that goes next time we play it.
I like Froggy's response to this whole entire thing. Wait, she made cookies.
Who cares? Mm.
I think he just died and went to heaven.
If they haven't had cookies, I'm in. Now I want cookies.
I think we all want cookies.
I'm gonna go
Yeah,
get some.
He's slowly eating it on camera.
Food porn, god dang it.
Nah, I'm joking.
You deserve that cookie.
There's your vacation.
The dark side of the cookies.
Join the dark side, we have the cookies. So, right. Any last words before we go offline?
You know, I can only think of one thing to say. Bonus nachos, y'all.
Bonus nachos.
There's
Bonus nachos.
Nachos.